Hey everybody! In this video, we're going to talk about advanced order types. These advanced order types are primarily used by more advanced traders who are running more advanced strategies. Now, there's always exceptions, but generally speaking, most traders will enter positions using limit and market orders. Conditional orders, if they are used, are generally used to modify or close an existing position in a predefined way. The benefit of conditional orders is that you can define a trigger price and then define what happens when the trigger is hit. It's a bit like one of those if this, then that functions. And please note, you do not need to use conditional orders. They're just one tool that can be helpful for some strategies. So there are two basic types of conditional order, a stop loss and a take profit. They both kind of do what they sound like. Generally speaking, traders will set a stop loss as a way to exit or modify a position that's losing money. It lets you stop the losses on a losing trade. So if you're long, the stop loss will generally be set at a price that's below the current price. Generally speaking, traders will set a take profit order as a way to exit or modify a position that's making money. It lets you take profit on a winning trade. So if you're long, the take profit order will be set at a price above the current price. And a simple example for here. If I go 1x long at $10,000 and I want to limit my losses to 10% on margin, I would set a stop loss at $9,000, which is 10% below my entry price. If the price hits $9,000, my stop loss order will trigger and an order to close the position will be placed. You can choose a limit order or a market order. It's perhaps worth mentioning that the reason you don't do these trades with regular limit orders is that they would immediately execute. In our example, if I buy at $10,000 and put in a limit order at $9,000, it would immediately execute. So stop losses and take profits always have a trigger price, and you can define what action the system takes when the trigger is hit. There's two options. You can have the system place a market order or a limit order. This means that in all there are four possible combinations of conditional order type: a stop market, a stop limit, a take profit market, and a take profit limit. Stop market and take profit market will both execute a market order when the trigger price is hit. You can also choose between three trigger prices that you want to use: mark price, last trade, and index price. The default on our platform is mark price. To do a stop limit and a take profit limit, you need to define both your trigger price and your limit price. So for example, the current price is $10,000, you're long and you want to limit your losses if the price declines. You submit a stop sell order with a stop price of $9,500 and a limit price of $9,400. If the futures price falls to $9,500, your stop sell order is triggered with a limit of $9,400. Your position will be sold at $9,400 or higher, provided there's sufficient liquidity. Let's go through a few real-world examples of how we set these positions and how we watch them get triggered. So here we are in the Kraken Futures demo website, and we're going to do a few examples of conditional order types. So let's start with a market order. We'll put in just a $1,000 position, and we'll go long. So we're now $1,000 long, and let's put in some advanced orders. Let's do a stop loss limit order. So if the price of Bitcoin starts to fall, we want to limit our losses. So we're going to put in a quantity of 1,000. Let's set the trigger price at, shall we say, 9,560, and the limit price will be a price below that. Let's say 9,540. So what will happen is when the trigger price is hit, the system will place a limit order at 9,540, which means that our position will be closed if there's enough liquidity, as close as possible to the trigger price, but definitely no worse than the limit price. We want this to be reduce only, and here we can set our trigger signal. Let's use the mark price on this one. So here we go. We put in our order. Now to demonstrate this system working, let's put in a much tighter stop loss order and then trigger it using a second computer. So right now we're going to do 1,000. We're going to do a trigger price of, say, 9,580. and we're going to do it stop loss market 1000, trigger price 9580. We're going to do reduce only, and we're going to do it as last price because it'll be easier to trigger if we use last price. So we're going to put this order in here. So we now have our 2 stop losses. Because it's reduce only one will fill. And now we're going to go in and I'm going to use an off-screen computer to trigger some of these, to trigger that first sell order. There. So what has happened here is that first trigger price at 9580 was hit because on the second screen I was going in and selling quite a lot. And we now have no open positions. In conclusion, conditional orders allow you to set trigger prices and actions, and they can be very valuable tools for certain strategies. We strongly recommend that you practice with conditional orders in the demo site before you use them in live trading. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to continuing with you. Thank you.